Hello friends, this is Magesh Kumar. Our YouTube channel is eLearn Max. In this video, we will discuss about Fourier transform in the series lecture part 3. Let us consider the Fourier transform problem f of x equal to a minus modulus of x for modulus of x less than a and 0 for modulus of x greater than a. Hence deduce that integral over 0 to infinity sine t by t the whole square dt equal to pi by 2, and the second integral reduction part is integral over 0 to infinity sine t by t the whole power 4 dt is equal to pi by 3. Let us come to the solution part. Here we will rewrite the given function f of x as f of x is equal to a minus modulus of x for minus a less than x less than a and 0 for minus infinity less than x less than minus a and a less than x less than infinity. That is, the modulus of x less than a can be written as minus a less than x less than a. Therefore, our f of x is a minus modulus of x when minus a less than x less than a, 0 otherwise. Now we want to find out a Fourier transform for this function. Let us consider the Fourier transform formula. Capital F of small f of x is equal to 1 divided by square root of 2 pi integral over minus infinity to plus infinity f of x e power isx dx. And here that integral over minus infinity to plus infinity can be splitted into three integration part. One is integral over minus infinity to minus a, and the second one integral over minus a to a, and third one integral over a to infinity. In this term, the first integration integral over minus infinity to minus a, our f of x value is 0. Therefore, the first term as 0. But the second integration integral over minus a to plus a, our f of x value is a minus modulus of x. Substitute here. And third integration integral over a to infinity, our f of x value is 0. We can get the first integration and last integration becomes 0. We get only the middle term integral over minus a to a minus modulus of x e power isx dx. Now we want to replace that e power isx. We know that e power isx is equal to cos sx plus I sin sx. When we replace here, we can get 1 divided by square root of 2 pi integral over minus a to a and a minus modulus of x into cos sx plus I sin sx. When we split this integration into two parts, we get integral over minus a to a minus modulus of x into cos sx dx plus I into integral over minus a to a minus modulus of x sin sx dx. Here that a minus modulus of x cos sx is an even function. Therefore, we know the property of integration integral over minus a to plus a minus modulus of x cos sx dx can be written as 2 into integral over 0 to a minus modulus of x into cos sx dx. So substitute this value for the first integration. We get 2 into integral over 0 to a minus modulus of x cos sx dx. Whereas in the second integration, the term a minus modulus of x into sin sx is an odd function. When it is an odd function, the total integral value over minus a2 plus a minus modulus of x sin sx dx becomes 0. So substitute 0 for the second integration, and 2 can be written as root 2 into root 2, and here that root 2 get cancelled. So we get the square root of 2 divided by pi integral over 0 to a minus modulus of x cos sx dx. And here that a minus modulus of x can be written into another format, as that modulus of x value is splitted into two parts. One is minus x and another one is plus x. So a minus modulus of x can be written as a minus of minus x. This is valid only for minus a less than x less than 0. And a minus modulus of x can also written as a minus of x. This is valid only for 0 less than x less than a. When we come to the integration part, integral over 0 to a minus modulus of x cos sx dx. So our a minus modulus of x can be written as simply a minus x. The range is 0 to a. So we can write the integral over 0 to a, instead of a minus modulus of x, can be written as simply a minus x cos sx dx. And here we want to integrate this integration by applying Bernoulli's formula. We know that the Bernoulli's method, it is integral uv dx equal to u v1 minus u dash v2 plus u double dash v3 minus u triple dash v4 plus etc. And here u is nothing but a minus x and v is nothing but cos sx. What is u dash? U dash is nothing but the derivative of u. When we differentiate that u, we get u dash. So u dash is equal to the differentiation of a becomes 0 and x become 1. So we get u dash equal to minus 1. And what is u double dash? That is nothing but the derivative of u dash. And here your u dash value is minus 1. When we differentiate that u dash once again, we get 0. And subsequently u triple dash and so on, everything becomes 0. So we stop the process. The next one, we want to find v1, v2, v3, etc. v1 is nothing but integration of v dx. So integration of cos sx, it is nothing but sin sx by s. And v2 is nothing but integration of v1. So v1 we already calculated, it is sin sx by s. When we integrate that sin sx, we get minus cos sx by s, but already one minus in is there. So multiplied with that, we get minus cos sx by s square. Now we substitute those value in the Bernoulli's formula. So the first term is u. So substitute u value here, a minus x. Then the second value is v1. Your v1 is sin sx by s. Substitute here. And in the formula, there is a minus. And u dash value is minus 1. And v2 is minus cos sx by s square. Plus is in the formula. And u double dash is 0. So after this, every term becomes 0. So we stop the process. Now we want to apply the upper limit and lower limit. When we apply the upper limit a to the variable x, we get a minus a becomes 0 and sin sa by s. And here minus into minus into minus, it is simply minus, and cos sa by s square. Minus lower limit. Substitute 0 here, a minus 0 it is a, sine 0 it is 0 by s, minus into minus it is plus, and cos 0 is 1, so minus 1 by s square. So from this stem, so from this, the first term is 0 in the first bracket, and the second bracket also the first term is 0. So we leave the first term in the both brackets. So we write the second term 1 by s square in the first part, 1 by s square, then minus cos sa by s square. Since the denominator is same, so you can add the numerator directly. It is 1 minus cos sa by s square. That 1 minus cos sa can be written as 2 into sine square as by 2. The reason is that 1 minus cos sa formula is 2 sine square as by 2. So therefore we got Fourier transform for the given function. This is nothing but square root of 2 divided by square root of pi into 2 into sine square as by 2 divided by s square. The next one, we want to find out the deduction part. We have to prove that integral over 0 to infinity sine t pi t the whole square dt equal to pi by 2. And we know that the inverse Fourier transform, the formula is small f of x equal to 1 divided by square root of 2 pi integral over minus infinity to plus infinity capital F of small f of x into e power minus is x ds. So substitute here our capital F of small f of x value, that is Fourier transform function. It is square root of 2 divided by square root of pi into 2 into sine square as by 2 by s square. So cancel this square root of 2 and square root of 2, and denominator square root of pi into square root of pi, we get pi. Therefore 1 by pi into integral over minus infinity to plus infinity 2 sine square as by 2 divided by s square into e power minus is x ds. So taking 2 outside, we get 2 divided by pi integral over minus infinity to plus infinity sine square as by 2 divided by s square can be written combinedly sine as by 2 by s the whole square into e power minus is x ds. But actually what we want to prove? We have to prove that integral over 0 to infinity sine t by t the whole square dt equal to pi by 2. So when we compare these two expressions, we can get similarly. Here we want to change something, that as is equal to t. So therefore automatically we can get that expression, and e power minus isx become 1 only by taking a is equal to 2, s equal to t. When we take s equal to t, our ds is dt, and also we have to take x equal to 0. When we take x equal to 0, that e power minus is 0 is 1. Therefore, we can get f of 0 equal to 2 divided by pi integral over minus infinity to plus infinity. The place of as is nothing but it is 2 t divided by 2. So that 2 cancel, we get sine t by t. The place of s is t, and then whole square into e power 0 is 1, and ds value here dt. Now we want to find out that f of 0 in the left hand side term, given that our function f of x is a minus modulus of x, and here the term 0 x equal to 0 is lies between minus a2 plus a. So substitute 0 here, we get f of 0 equal to a minus 0. So that a is nothing but 2. So f of 0 is equal to 2 only. So substitute 2 here in the left hand side term, we get 2 is equal to 2 divided by pi integral over minus infinity to plus infinity sin t by t the whole square dt. We can cancel this left hand side term and right hand side too. We get 1 divided by pi only. So here we want to take that f of t is equal to sin t by t the whole square. We want to check whether this function is even or odd function. By replacing t by minus t, we get f of minus t is equal to sin of minus t by minus t the whole square. Sin of minus t is minus sin t divided by minus t. Here minus minus cancel, we get sin t by t the whole square. This is nothing but our f of t. So what we get, f when we replace t by minus t, we get f of t only. Therefore sin t by t the whole square is an even function. When it is an even function, by using the property of integration, integral over minus infinity to plus infinity sin t by t the whole square dt equal to 2 into integral over 0 to infinity sin t by t the whole square dt. So substitute here, we get 1 equal to 1 by pi into 2 into integral over 0 to infinity sin t by t the whole square dt. The next one, taking that 2 divided by pi to the left hand side term, we get pi by 2 is equal to integral over 0 to infinity sin t by t the whole square dt. We just rewrite the equation in reverse order. We get integral over 0 to t sin t by t the whole square dt is equal to pi by 2. So we got the first deduction part. Now we will discuss about the second deduction part. We have to prove that integral over 0 to infinity sin t by t the whole power 4 dt equal to pi by 3. So we know that by Percival's identity formula, it is integral over minus infinity to plus infinity modulus of capital F of s the whole square ds equal to integral over minus infinity to plus infinity modulus of small f of x the whole square dx. And here our capital F of x is nothing but Fourier transform. It is already we calculated, it is square root of 2 divided by square root of pi into 2 into sine square as by 2 divided by s square. And that right hand side term f of x, that is nothing but our given function in our problem. It is a minus modulus of x. So here taking square and before that modulus of the whole square, so it is an even function only. So we can write it as 2 into integral over 0 to infinity, and right hand side also it is a modulus of the whole square. It is an even function, so we can write 2 into integral over 0 to a. So substitute the value, that square root of 2 divided by square root of pi the whole square, that square root and square get cancelled, we get 2 divided by pi only. Remaining term 2 sine square as by 2 by s square the whole square, it is as it is coming. And here the right hand side a minus modulus of x the whole square. So from this, the left hand side we have 2 into 2 into 2 square, therefore it is 16. So 16 divided by pi into integral over 0 to infinity sine power 4 as by 2 divided by s power 4. And for right hand side it is a minus modulus of x can be written as simply x. So a minus x the whole square dx. And here that 16 and 2 get cancelled, we get 8 only. So it is 8 divided by pi, The left hand side term is sine power 4 as by 2 divided by s power 4. The right hand side term integral over 0 to a minus x the whole square dx. Here put as is equal to 2t, so s is equal to 2t by a. When we differentiate this expression, we get ds is equal to 2 into dt by a. Substitute this value here, we get 8 divided by pi integral over 0 to infinity, and sine power 4 a's value is 2t, so 2t by 2 divided by s value is 2t by a, so 2t by a the whole power 4, and ds value it is 2 dt by a, so it is a 2 dt by a equal to the right hand side term. When we are integrating that a minus x the whole square, we get a minus x the whole cube by 3. The coefficient of x is minus, so that minus will come in the denominator. And then upper limit and lower limit we put as it is. Here we want to simplify in the left hand side term. In that term 8 divided by pi, that 8 and 2 we combinedly write it is a 2 power 4 divided by pi integral over 0 to infinity, and then that a power 4 it comes to the numerator part, it is a power 4 and divided by dt by a1 there, so that a get cancelled, so it is a power 3 only divided by 2 power 4 into sine power 4 t by t power 4 into dt as equal to minus 1 by 3 taking outside, and then apply a to that x, we get a minus x the whole power 3 minus lower limit, substitute 0 for that x, we get a minus 0 the whole power 3, and here the 2 power 4 get cancelled, so that we can get 1 by pi integral over 0 to infinity a power 3 sine power 4 t by t power 4 dt is equal to that a minus a 0, that minus a power 3 will come, so minus 1 by 3 into minus a power 3, so that a power 3 and left hand side a power 3 get cancelled, and for right hand side minus minus also it is cancelled. We get 1 by pi integral over 0 to infinity sine power 4 t by t power 4 dt is equal to 1 by 3. So taking that pi to the right hand side term, it is comes integral over 0 to infinity sine t by t the whole power 4 dt is equal to pi by 3. Hence we prove the second part. So this is how we want to prove the reduction part 1 and 2. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, subscribe our channel eLearn Max so that our new video will reach you soon. Thank you.